When I came to San Francisco, when I finished my residency in 2005, you looked at the Bayview Hunters Point neighborhood of San Francisco versus the Marina District or Pac Heights. If you're a child born in Bayview Hunters Point, your life expectancy is 11 years shorter if you're born in Bayview versus if you're born on the other side of town. I kept on asking the question, why is it that we're seeing this in these communities?
Here in the Bayview, gun violence has killed 4 people just this month alone.
It's the highest rate of homicides in the city of San Francisco. And it also has the highest rate of ambulatory care hospitalization at any neighborhood in the cities. Heart disease, diabetes, all of the above.
Two deadly shootings in the Bayview district of San Francisco. They happened late this afternoon, just minutes apart. The first shooting, 424 on South Drive, Oakdale, less than 2 miles away.
There were some things that you were struggling with. And I think one of the things was his asthma management, but some of the things was school. Like we were not in that place with school.
He was having a difficult time, right along with a lot of other kids there, having a difficult time switching over from a normal routine to being scared to going back to a normal routine. It was very difficult.
A lot of families said violence is a really big issue in our community. We need mental health services to help to deal with that. And do you know kids who have died?
My friend Sean just died a couple weeks, last week. Somebody stabbed him. Part of the gang right up there. For a while,
They came in for a regular physical, but he's been acting out in school. Mm-hmm. Auntie seems overwhelmed and feels like she needs tools. We had hired a psychologist who was also on site seeing families with me at the clinic. One day he came into my office and he said, "Have you seen this?" And he handed me the ACEs study by Felitti and Anda. And honestly, it was like I was hit by a bolt of lightning. It was a total validation of what I was seeing in the kids that I was treating. Being in a community where you're hearing gunshots on the daily, where you are having friends who are being killed or being incarcerated, that really affects your body, right? Like it gets under your skin. We got the immunization rate up. We had nutritional counseling. So we were getting great health outcomes. But one of the big challenges that we found was that families were saying, "Dr. Burke, please, can you help Bobby?" Come on, Bobby. You got to see Bobby. Bobby's falling out in class. He is hitting the kid next to him. He can't pay attention. He's running out of class. Please, Dr. Burke, he's got ADHD. Can you please put him on some Ritalin? And when I did a thorough history and physical, which is my job, it turned out that I couldn't make a diagnosis of ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, because a lot of the kids I was seeing had so many traumatic experiences in their life. Okay. Now, if you take a kid who's been exposed to trauma, they also will have difficulty with impulse control, difficulty with regulating their behavior. The big difference is if you give a child with an overactive stress response a stimulant, what do you think is going to happen? It's not going to help. Feeling like me. And so I think people were seeing the behavior, but we're not getting to the root of what is causing the behavior.
But there's actually something functionally changing in their brain. And it's interesting how much activity overall they have when processing all types of emotions. Happy, sad, fearful, angry. We tend to divide the world of mental health separate from the world of physical health. But the body doesn't do that. The body's only one.
Stressful or traumatic things can affect the health of kids. And so one of the things that we do here is that we screen all of our patients for what we call adverse childhood experiences, or these kind of stressful experiences in childhood. We don't need to know which ones. We only need to know how many. It's intense, and getting folks to open up and all that stuff is very difficult. But here's the thing about it that may have occurred in your family. We found that for kids at the Baby Child Health Center, if they had an ACE score 4 or more, they were 32 times as likely to have learning and behavior problems in school. 32 times as likely, right?